big for his bed. Nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. So I just did me some talking to the sun, and I said I didn't like the way he got things done. Sleeping on the job, those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. But there's one thing I know, the blues they send to meet me won't defeat me. It won't be long till happiness steps up to greet me. Raindrops keep falling on my head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. Crying's not for me, 'cause I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining, because I'm free. Nothing's worrying me. It won't be long till happiness steps up to greet me. Raindrops keep falling on my head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. Crying's not for me, 'cause I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining, because I'm free. Nothing's worrying me.
Here are the chords that are needed. You'll need an F on the 5th, an F on the 8th, a C, a B flat on the 1st, a B flat on the 6th, an F major 7, an F7, an A minor, a D, a G minor on the 3rd, a G minor on the 10th, a C7, and an E flat. Let's take a look at these chords on the guitar. There's an F I use here on the 5th fret. This F on the 8th I use at the end of the song as well. I'll talk about that later. There's a C I use on the 3rd, as well as this B flat on the 1st, B flat on the 6th, F major 7 here on the 5th, that's built off of the F chord talked about earlier, F7 on the 3rd, an A minor to a D, a G minor here on the 10th as well, the C7 here on the 3rd, and I use this E flat at the end of the song. I'll talk about that later. Let's take a look at the chord progression for the verse. It starts off on an F. Raindrops are falling on my head, down to F major 7, and then it goes, and just F7, like the guy whose feet are too big for his B flat bed, A minor, D, nothing seems to fit, to A minor, to D, those, down to a G minor. Raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. And then it goes to a C7 before you go to the next part. And what I do on the C7 is I go, so I'm trying to play this little melody because it matches the next words. So I just did me some talking to the sun. So what I'm doing there is I'm taking the C7 chord and I'm raising up this note here on the 2nd string to the 6th fret. And then I'm strumming the C7 again. So the first time I strum it, I try to strum just through the 2nd string. Then I raise the note, strum through the 2nd string, and then I make the full C7. So I get that little melody in there. Did me some talking to the sun. The chord progression changes for the second part where it goes, but there's one thing, F, I know, F major 7, down to a G minor. The blues they send to meet me, C7, won't defeat me. So there, before I went to this A minor, which is the next chord, I went from a C7, and I played this B bass note. So I just lowered my finger here that's playing the note on the 5th string, and I picked up that B note, 2nd fret, 5th string, before I went to the A minor. So it goes, they sent to meet me, won't defeat me. It won't be long till happiness, D, steps up to greet me, G minor. And then there's a little play on a C to a B flat, so it goes. So the first thing I did there was I went to the C really quick, and then I did B flat to the C. And then I hit just 4th string, then 5th string. And then B flat to the C again. So that second part played slowly sounds like this. There's one thing I know, the blues they send to meet me won't defeat me. It won't be long till happiness steps up to greet me. Raindrops keep falling on my head. The strumming pattern for this song is pretty simple. It's like a down, down, up, down, up, down, up pattern. So down, down, up, down, up, down, up, 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 down. Here's the intro. Raindrops are falling on my head. What's happening on this intro is I start off on this F chord and I just play down, up, down to a C chord, down, up, down to a B flat chord, down, up, down, and then I just upstroke the C chord. So what I'm doing is on the first strokes of this F chord, I'm hitting the high notes of the chord up to the 2nd string, and I'm hitting the bass note. So it's like down, up, down. Then on the C chord, it's just the bottom 3 notes. To the B flat, bottom 3 notes. And then the C again, upstroke on the bottom 3 notes. And then I'm ready to start the verse on the F. Here's the instrumental played slowly. It won't be long till happiness steps up to greet me. Raindrops are falling on my head. I'll just explain what's happening with these chords on the instrumental. I start off on this F chord, and I'm adding this note here on the 8th fret of the 1st string. And then I land here on this shape, which is frets 8, 9, and 10 of strings 2, 3, and 4. It's really the bottom of an F major 7 that you reduce down to an F major 9th temporarily. So it's just those notes. And then you add the 7th back, so then it becomes the note here on the 10th fret of the 2nd string. And then I play off this G minor chord. So there I'm just subtracting notes. So I'm subtracting my 2nd finger, and then I'm subtracting my 4th finger. Then I take it here to a little C shape. And what I'm doing here is I'm making it into a C6 right off the bat, where I'm lowering it to a C, and then I'm doing raising it up from a C6 to a C7, and then I'm turning it into an A minor shape. So this little shape right here is an A minor shape. So what you do is from that C shape, you take your 2 fingers here, fingers 3 and 4, and put them on the 10th fret of strings 1 and 2. And then just remove your 4th finger. That happens twice. And then I go up to a D shape here. And I just walk down those notes. So it's the D shape. I'm walking down the 12th fret 1st string to the 10th fret 1st string to the 13th fret of the 2nd string. And then that's where you go to the G minor to continue the song. Here's the tablature for the instrumental. Here's the ending. Let's take a look at what's happening on this ending section. What I do is I start off with this F chord, but I make it with my other 3 fingers. So I make it like that. And what I want to do is take my pinky off so I can play this little melody line. So all I'm doing there is taking the pinky off and replacing it on the 2nd string. And then I go down to the 3rd string. So it's like, and then I go to the E flat chord and play that little melody. So what that is I strum through the E chord down to the 2nd string. I raise it up to that 10th fret note on the 2nd string, back down to the 8th fret, up to the 10th, and then I play the 10th fret of the 3rd string, and then I walk down through all those notes. So I'm playing the 10th fret of the 1st string, down to the 8th fret of the 1st string. So I'm relying on this bar here. I'm making sure that I'm barring all the way through the 1st string when I play that particular note. And then down to the 10th fret, 2nd string, to the bar on the 8th fret, to the 10th fret, 3rd string. So it's like, so that whole section played slowly sounds like this.